Tyler Herro guided the Miami Heat as he scored 31 points off the bench in 33 minutes as he gave the Heat their 12th win of the year as they beat the Detroit Pistons last night. Welcome back to the NBA Recap. I'm your host, Evan, and this is another episode of our NBA game recaps. We're going to be doing this every single day for the rest of the NBA season. So if you want to stay intact with the NBA and you want to stick along with this journey of our NBA recaps, like, subscribe, and if you have any more suggestions, comment. So we're going to get started with our exciting games. We're going from most exciting to least exciting in our recap today. LeBron James could not be in the building today because of his because of the suspension that he got with Isaiah Stewart. You know that situation. And LeBron James wasn't in the building, and AD almost wasn't. You couldn't tell he was here. Anthony Davis, normally on days that LeBron isn't here, would put up 30-point games, big 20-point games. But no, AD really didn't do much. Had a 20-point game, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and that was it. Look, Carmelo Anthony got some standing ovations, though, from the New York crowd, as he was the former Knick who really helped them out. He had 12 points on the day. Russell Westbrook, amazing feat to Anthony Davis. And you know what else was amazing? Russell Westbrook today. A triple-double, 31 points in 37 minutes, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists, as well as Malik Monk grabbing 12 points on the day. Julius Randle with 20, 16, and 5, and RJ Barrett with 12 and 17. RJ with 3 for 5 from 3 and 4 for 8 from field. As the star for the show for the Knicks was Evan Fournier. Scoring 26 points on the day, and really helped out the Knicks as they just beat out the Lakers in a 106-100 final, as the Lakers moved to 9-10 and the Knicks moved to 10-8. This is big for the Lakers, as this could have been the turning point where they could have showed that they are an actual good team, but LeBron was out for a game, and that really slowed their team down. They need some help. I don't know what it is. They had a lot of time that they should have been good with each other, but couldn't show out today. The Lakers had a below-average field goal, lower three-point percentages, lower free throw, more turnovers, less rebounds, and less assists. Just saying that can explain the whole game. Their team needs just to play some offense. Like, they have the scoring. I just don't know how they can make it better. Their free throw shooting isn't as good. AD went 5 for 11 from free throw, which is abysmal, and 7 for 17 from field goal. As well as Taylor Horton-Tucker scoring 0 points in 29 minutes as a starter, and he went 0 for 8 from field goal and 0 for 2 from 3. That's just terrible. Russ had an amazing day, too. 8 for 9 from free throw, 3 for 6 from 3-point, and 10 for 18 from field goal. I can't fault him for the game. But there was some people to fault. AD missed a lot of free throws, and that contributed a lot to the game because the Lakers did lose. Hopefully they can bounce back at it as they play the Indiana Pacers tonight at 7 p.m. And LeBron is back for that game. All right, our next game, we have we're going to the East, where we have the Heat versus the Pistons. Like I mentioned in the start, Tyler Herro had a day, but who else had a day? Kyle Lowry. He got to meet with his former coach, Dwayne Casey, to start off the game, and it looked really good because the former Raptor looked happy. What an amazing play by PJ Tucker, obviously on defense. He got the foul, which kind of is not the best, but I don't know. There's not much to say. Tyler Herro, though, amazing. He went 31 points, hit that 3. He was hitting transition 3s, corner 3s, catch and shoot 3s. This guy was a machine. Off the bench, by the way, and he went 4 for 8 from 3-point, 50% 3-point shooting is really good. Did have 3 turnovers, but went 12 for 21 from free throw and had 8 rebounds for himself as well. Jimmy Butler went and scored 15 points, as well as Kyle Lowry and Bam Adebayo. Bam grabbed 9 rebounds and put 5 assists to his team, as well as Kyle Lowry grabbing 6 rebounds and 8 assists. Jeremy Grant, he's been pretty good this whole year. Not phenomenal, but not terrible. 21.7 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. Had no turnovers. Probably the Pistons' best player, but they do suck a lot. Cade Cunningham, 29 minutes, only 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists. I don't know. This guy just screams inconsistent to me. As first off, the Pistons do lose 92-100. The Heat moved to 12-6, and the Pistons moved to 4-13. As I don't know, I can't really see Cade Cunningham being one of the best players. Just looking at his play, the inconsistency he has. One day he is 17, one day he is 4, one day he is 8. He needs to find his spot on this team. I don't think he's found it yet, but it's still time. He did have 4 turnovers today, which is not the best. And, he did have also 4 fouls as well. But what can you do, Cade? They had the same assists, but the big one was the rebounds. The Miami Heat rebounded the Detroit Pistons by almost 20, as the Pistons did have 2 less turnovers, but the big thing was they were lower in every category. They shot worse from free throw, worse from 3, worse from the field, and that really contributed, also because the Pistons just suck. But yeah. Now we're going to move to the West. We have the Mavs versus the Clippers. The Clippers, obviously still without Kawhi. Paul George, though, he has been showing up, as well as Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson scored 31 points for himself tonight, as well as Paul George shooting, and he got 28 points for himself as well. It was a close game. It ran down to 1 second in the last quarter. Paul George, 3, to send it to overtime, good. They challenged the shot, it was clean. Paul George pulls one of his teammates, Kawhi. Didn't get the win though, which is not the best. Tingus Pingus for Zingis had an amazing day for himself. 30 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist. He is showing that his playoff performance last year was just a fluke, as the Mavs go to win 112-104 against the Clips. The Clips moved to 10-8, and the Mavs moved to 10-7. Luka Doncic back from his injury, 26 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. This close to a triple-double, but it's okay. As well as Denny Finney-Smith with 17 points, and Tim Hardaway Jr. with 13. No one else really helped on this Clippers team. They had 31 from Reggie Jackson and 10 rebounds, as well as 26 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists from PG-13. But that was literally it. Terrence Mann, Adrian Cotby, both with 7 points, as well as Isaiah Zubac and Markieff Morris with 10 for themselves. Not much to say. The Clippers just weren't as good today. They did have a really good game, though. They just didn't show in overtime. They got outscored in overtime for sure as well. They only scored 1 point in the whole overtime, and that was the big deal breaker for the Clippers. Our last game, we moved to Nugget Town versus the Trailblazers. We have Jamal Murray working out. Is he back? Not yet. But, well, you will see. The Nuggets are without their best 3 players in Jokic, Murray, and Porter. But it does matter. Aaron Gordon can't lead a team full of bench players. Will Barton making a start. Markieff Morris making a start. Aaron Gordon did have 11 points, though, as well as Josh Green with 24, 4, and 3, with 3 blocks for himself. And that was almost it. Markieff Morris was 16 points and 5 boards. And you can't stop a CJ McCollum scoring 32 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and 1 block, as well as Damian Lillard scoring 25, 3, and 5 for himself. Up the court, through the leg dunk in a game. You don't see that a lot. As Willie Belly Brown, the third, slams that baby down. And that was a nice dunk. As I need to give it to him. Through the legs in game. Alright, as the Trailblazers win 119-110 against the Nuggets, the Trailblazers moved to 10-8 and the Nuggets moved to 9-9. The Nuggets had too many turnovers. 17 compared to the Blazers' 9. 4 came to Will Barton, 4 came to Markieff Morris, and 3 came to Nijaj off the sorry, I don't really know his name. But he only had 4 points for himself and had 3 turnovers. So. I don't know. They had a better 3-point percentage, but lower in everything, as that's the big reason why they lost. Alright, so I think that'll do it for our recap today. Now we will talk about our big things. Anthony Davis doesn't look like himself, but Russell Westbrook is looking good. 31 for himself, like I mentioned before. In in Madison Square, as he looks good, but LeBron couldn't add some more points, maybe dished out some more assists to try to get this win. Tyler Herro actually looks pretty good, 31 off the bench, and he has really, really, really improved from last year, as he was awful. Only, I think it was 12 points that he averaged. But this year, he is showing like he's a good player. Doncic and Porzingis are actually looking like a duo. 56 points collectively between them, as they look pretty good. And CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard are looking better than normal, as they do have a winning record right now in 10-8, which normally doesn't happen in Rip City, but it did. So I think that'll do for our NBA recap today. If you like this, like, subscribe, and if you have any more suggestions, comment. See you tomorrow. Have an amazing day. Bye.